Hey guys, Mike back again. So, what have I been cooking? Panda cell bread, or as we call them, tray bread, buns. We're just going to open this one up, let you have a look inside. That's beautiful. Nice, soft, fluffy. The smell of fresh bread, awesome. Little taste. Just right. That's perfect. Well, tell you what, let's get cracking. We'll start making these. Let's get on with it. Hey guys, Mike back again. Well, it's bread making time. I thought this time I would show you the full process. So basically I've got 1.5 cups of warm milk, and I'm just going to scatter in 2 teaspoons of yeast. I've got the fast acting yeast, so we're not messing about too much. I just want to give that a mix around in there. Now, hopefully I do this the right way to what other people think is okay. I mix that. Then I've got some warmed butter, which is, what's that one? 2/3 of a cup of melted butter. And I go straight in with my yeast on that one. Just give that a mix around. Seems to work for me. With it being instant yeast, you don't need to worry about it as long as the ingredients are warm. So I'll just give that a quick mix up just to get it moving, and I'm going to put that straight into my bowl for my mixer, and just we'll start our mixing straight away. Nothing over the top, nothing strenuous. I just want to keep that moving so it activates that yeast. Just going to give that, let it sit now for 5 or 10 minutes. So that's that mixed and sat, been going for 10 minutes now, and I'm just going to throw my egg in. Let that get nicely mixed in there. We can speed it up a little bit now. Mixed in there nicely now. So it's time to change out our attachment. Just keep that to one side as I will be using it again. I've got 4 batches I'm making, so I'm going to be busy. I like to do this of an evening because of the gas and electricity is cheaper. That moving, and I'm going to go in with 1/2 cup of sugar, just let that mix through. Keep yourself a spatula handy. We will need to scrape down them sides. And I'm going to go in first with my all-purpose flour, and I like to do it a spoon at a time. Just get that mixing going. If you have a bigger mixer, you can just throw it all in at once. Last little bit. Ah, missed. Gonna be one of them days, is it? Right, I rescued some of that. Now I'm going to go in with my strong bread flour. Straight away it's starting to form that dough. Sounds like it's struggling a bit, but it comes together nicely. At this point is where I go in and just scrape some of them bits away from the side. If you think it's a little bit too hard, a little bit too stiff, just drop a little touch of water in there. We can test it. Feels not too bad actually. What we see. And that's coming together nicely now. Once it gets close, it's a little helpful to throw a small amount of flour in down to the edge so it gets mixed around the bowl to help clean the bowl off. Look at that one. That's not too bad actually. Give it another 30 seconds or so. Right, that one's good. Not always easy to get off our blade, but if you got your mix right, it should just slide straight out. And I'm just going to move this back slightly, as much as I can. That little bit of flour that we spilled comes in handy now. And I'm just going to put that onto my board, and I'm just going to give it a quick roll around. Just make sure there's no bits of flour left on there and no wet patches. We want this to form a nice smooth dough. That's not too bad now. We can pull that together. Any little bits, pick them up now. And if you get a bowl, throw a little bit of oil in there. We'll just drop our dough in. I thought we had some saran wrap around here. There we go. And we're just going to throw a bit of saran wrap over the top of that bowl. I'll just put that down there for now. And we'll put that somewhere warm. I'm putting it on the top of my stove. I've already got that warming up. And we'll just leave that alone for around about 2 hours. And there's the second batch done, ready to go. And same again. We'll just remove that. So when it's mixed right, it comes out so much easier. This one's a little bit more sticky, so I'll just move it around the bowl a little bit. I don't like leaving anything behind, and again, a little bit of oil. Oops. A little bit of oil in our bowl, just drop that in there, move it around a little bit, get some of that oil on all sides. You can have a check it, just see, are we elastic yet? That's looking good. So I'll drop that in our bowl, and again we'll go in and cover that. If you need to, you can put 2 pieces of saran wrap on if it's not long enough. And again we leave that till it's double in size. Which could be an hour, could be 2 hours, depending on how warm the place is you're storing it. Right guys, so I made a little bit of a mistake there. And I forgot to put the salt in. So, if it ever happens, here we go. Just chop your dough up into smaller pieces. Throw it back into your mixer. We have to be kind of quick about this because it's activating all the time. And then we're just gonna break that one in half. Turn my mixer on again. I had everything packed away, ready to go. So make sure you follow your recipes right the way through. I'm only human, not perfect. So put your dough hook back on again. Start the mixing process again. I've mixed my teaspoon of water, a teaspoon of salt, in with a couple of teaspoons of water, and I'm just going to drizzle that in there, let it mix around. It's a silly mistake, but these things happen. And just let that mix around. And it looks like it's going to be too dry now. So what I normally do then is just sprinkle a little bit of extra flour on, just to help. Yeah, so it looks a bit too wet. You want to dry that up, so there's a couple of spoons of flour in there. But we'll see how it goes first, just let it do its thing. You can make it faster if you wish. Save a bit of time. This is the first time I have ever done this, so I've never forgot the salt before. Without the salt, your dough mixes, raises too fast and doesn't have enough flavour. So I'm going to throw in little bit of extra flour there, it's too sticky. But moments like this, it's a good learning exercise, just to show you what to do. Should be enough now. Once that starts coming free from the blade and from the bowl, we know we've got ourselves a good mix. Who knows, it might have even improved it. Oh, I think we're looking good there. Yep, oh, that's so much better. Yep, we're looking good now. So basically we'll get our bowl, we'll go straight back into our bowl, put our saran wrap back on there again, and get it back in our warm place. It's just slowed us down by maybe 10 minutes, but that should be good. Right guys, let's get back on with this. There's my dough, beautifully risen. So we'll take it out of here. And basically just, in fact, I'm going to use a little bit of flour on there. And we're just going to knock that down, the air out of it. So basically just going to punch it down like that. Get the air out, and we're going to take it out of the bowl. Just roll it out. It will stick a little bit because of the oil on there. Get yourself a little bit of flour. Put it on a surface. And basically we're just gonna, I like to get a coat of flour on it all first. But then I'm just basically just punching that down to an even thickness, kind of an even shape. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. It says break it down into 16 or 18 pieces, so you can cut it with a knife, however you want to do it. But I'm actually going to use a small pastry cutter this time. Take that out, and then basically there's two ways. You can roll it, or as I like to do, basically just roll and pinch. And we're just going to pinch the back side together like this. Now this is pan de sal, or pan de sal rather. So normally I would put a little bit of oil on the top of that, and then I would roll it in breadcrumbs, but I'm not going to do that. I just want a nice plain. So then I put it in a tray, and we just continue. We do the same thing over and over again now. We want a nice smooth surface. You will get some air trapped in here, so it does help it to expand. Then we're just pinching that off at the bottom. You can see little air bubbles. And we're just going to continue. Using the cutter, basically make sure that they're all same size or similar. Depends on how thick we have our dough rolled out. So if you have slight differences, it's not a big deal, as long as they're somewhere close. We're not a factory, we're building this for ourselves. That's it. So basically, I just put them in a tray, just like that. And just keep on going until everything's done. Well, there we go, guys. So that's, what, 4 dozen more or more? What's that? 12, 15, 30. Well, got almost 60 here. So that's enough. That should keep us going. I'm just going to let them develop, and then I'll get them in the oven in around about an hour or so. So there we go, guys. That's my pan de sal in the oven, and I'm going to do my timer. I'm going to set it for 20 minutes. And we'll see how we do there. We'll check them. I usually check after 15, but we'll see how we do. Well, there we have them. Some beautiful pan de sal. I'll get it right one of these days. Beautiful golden brown. They kind of look a little bit like what I would call tray buns. And I do cook them in a tray, so I guess that works out. But the smell coming off these at the moment is fantastic. I still have another 30 cooking away, so they'll be done soon. But it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've got another couple of batches to do. So I'm just going to get on with things, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Love you all, guys. Remember, smash that like button. Leave me a comment.